is tingling.
What does the Catholic Church say about gun control? And how does this oppose what Republicans have to say about this issue?
These are excellent questions and also very valid concerns. Hello everyone, I'm Captain Catholic, and I hope I'm able to address these important questions of yours. This video is actually part of a larger series discussing various political issues. Often, people will ask the question, should Catholics be Republicans or Democrats? Obviously, the answer to that question is that Catholics shouldn't be either Democrats or Republicans. This is because the Catholic Church has many strong viewpoints that oppose the views of both Democrats and Republicans, depending on the issue. So throughout this series, we'll be taking a look at how the views of the Catholic Church oppose each political party on selected issues. Specifically, throughout this series, we'll look at how the Catholic Church opposes the Republican Party on the issues of war and military spending, gun control, capitalism and the role of the government in helping the poor, immigration, and climate change. We'll also be taking a look at how the views of the Catholic Church oppose the Democratic Party on the issues of abortion, stem cell research, euthanasia, and religious freedom. This particular video will focus on the topic of gun control. So, let's begin. The Catholic Church supports strict gun control laws. Let's take a look at a few quotes directly from the Catholic Church. The Catechism of the Catholic Church states, "The production and the sale of arms affect the common good of nations and of the international community. Hence, public authorities have the right and duty to regulate them." The Vatican has stated, "It is urgent to find an effective way to stop the flow of arms to terrorist and criminal groups. An indispensable measure would be for each state to impose a strict control on the sale of handguns and small arms. Limiting the purchase of such arms would certainly not infringe upon the rights of anyone." The Vatican has also stated, "There is an urgent need to work locally, nationally, regionally, and globally to eradicate small arms and light weapons." The United States Conference of Catholic Bishops has stated, "We call for effective and courageous action to control handguns, leading to their eventual elimination from our society." St. Pope John Paul II has stated, "Seeds of war are also being spread by the massive and uncontrolled proliferation of small arms and light weapons. Governments must adopt appropriate measures for controlling the production, sale, importation, and exportation of these instruments of death." And finally, Pope Francis has stated, "Those who speak about peace while promoting war, for example, through the sale of weapons, are hypocrites." It is very simple. So as you can see, the Catholic Church teaches that governments need to promote strict gun control policies. The Catholic Church has expressed the belief that private citizens should not have access to assault weapons, and also that even handguns should eventually be banned from private citizens. All of this is in stark contrast to the Republican Party's views on these issues. While the Catholic Church has been calling for stricter gun control laws for decades, the Republican Party constantly opposes any new gun control laws, even common sense gun control laws such as banning assault weapons and requiring background checks for all gun sales. Let's take a quick look now at a concrete issue that shows the stark contrast between the Republican Party and the Catholic Church's views on gun control. Most of you will remember the horrific shooting that occurred at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut, in which 20 children were shot and killed. Shortly after this shooting, in January 2013, the Obama administration proposed new legislation that would have banned assault weapons and also would have required background checks for all gun sales across the country. This legislation was Senate Bill 649, otherwise known as the Safe Communities, Safe Schools Act of 2013. Members of the Vatican itself voiced support for the Obama administration's proposed legislation. Father Federico Lombardi, the Vatican's chief spokesman and the director of the Holy See's press office, stated the following about Senate Bill 649. "The initiatives announced by the United States government in view of limiting and controlling the diffusion and use of arms are certainly a step in the right direction. It is estimated that Americans today possess about 300 million firearms. 47 religious leaders of various confessions and religions have issued a call to American politicians to limit firearms, which are making society pay an unacceptable price in terms of massacres and senseless deaths. I'm with them. In addition, the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops also voiced their support for Senate Bill 649. In April 2013, the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops sent a letter to every U.S. senator urging them to pass Senate Bill 649. The bishop's letter stated, "The provisions contained within Senate Bill 649 are a positive step in the right direction. We hope that this bill will provide Congress a foundation to continue to address the issue of gun violence in society. As you consider Senate Bill 649, we ask that you support policies that require effective and enforceable universal background checks for all gun purchases, and establish a vigorous law that makes gun trafficking a federal crime. In addition, as you consider amendments to Senate Bill 649, support provisions that limit civilian access to high-capacity ammunition magazines and ban assault weapons." So as you can see, the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops and members of the Vatican itself supported the new gun control legislation. But very unfortunately, in the end, the Senate rejected Senate Bill 649, mainly due to the opposition of Republicans. In fact, multiple Republicans even threatened to support a filibuster of the bill, including Rand Paul, Ted Cruz, and Marco Rubio. They stated that they would oppose any new legislation that would place additional restrictions on the Second Amendment rights of law-abiding citizens. Because it's a major outrage and inconvenience that people might want to make you go through a background check before you buy a gun. So if you are thinking of buying an assault weapon to go shoot up a bunch of people, don't worry, the Republicans have your back. In fact, they've even made sure that you can go buy one without getting a background check if you'd like, because that makes perfect sense for safety. By the way, did you see what I did with it? Background check and got your back. It was a joke.
Just shut up! Your jokes are awful!
Alright, so that just about ends our coverage on how the Catholic Church's views on gun control oppose the views of Republicans on this issue. Be sure to check out any of the other videos in this series to see how the Catholic Church opposes each political party's views on other selected issues. So, what were your thoughts on the issues presented in this video? Please feel free to discuss your thoughts on these issues in the official Captain Catholic Facebook group, Captain Catholic Wants You. All people of goodwill are welcomed and encouraged to join the discussion, regardless of your religious or political views. Please just remember to be respectful and kind to all people in the group, regardless of whether or not they agree with your views. Also, feel free to check out the official Captain Catholic website, CaptainCatholic.com, for more videos. And before we go, just one final thought on this video. Please be aware that in this video, I was not attempting to give you a comprehensive summary of the Catholic Church's teachings on these issues. That would take hours, even more time than I wasted of yours already. So for time's sake, I tried to simply give you a few brief quotes that effectively highlighted some of the Catholic Church's teachings on these issues. Nevertheless, despite being brief, I'm sure these quotes show you how the Catholic Church directly and clearly opposes views held by both the Republican and Democratic parties. So hopefully you can use this video as a starting point to learn more about the Catholic Church's teachings on these issues in depth. Thank you so much for watching. And regardless of whatever your personal views may be, I will be sure to keep you in my prayers, and I wish you a fantastic day. Peace be with you.